Thank you for purchasing a nuvoH2O salt-free water softening system. Here's how your nuvoH system works. Inside the patent-pending nuvoH cell, time-release citric acid binds to microscopic mineral deposits in a process called chelation. This attachment neutralizes scale's grip on your plumbing and appliances. All you'll notice is month after month of delicious, good-for-you water. It's Mother Nature's secret to great water anywhere. This step-by-step instruction video will show you how to install the nuvoH system in your home to start enjoying the best water you've had in your life. Let's get started. Before installing your nuvoH system, please watch this DVD thoroughly. You may find that your particular house needs additional parts that are not included. Make sure you know the type of piping system you have in your home and the difference between copper, PVC, and PEX piping. Have some knowledge of cutting and installing pipes. Your nuvoH system comes with the following: one housing unit, which includes the housing body, the housing head, the black top of the housing unit, and the cartridge. One wall mounting panel, one C bracket with screws, one L bracket with screws if you're installing the Manor system, 7 2-inch flathead screws, one 3/4-inch round head screw, one housing wrench. How you install your nuvoH2O salt-free water softener and the additional parts needed depends on the current plumbing configuration of where you plan to install your new system. Ideally, it should be before the water heater on the main water line. Additional installation requirements may include Teflon tape, pipe cutter, 2 each brass hex bushing. Hex sizing can change depending on the size of pipe in your home. 2 each threaded pipe hex nipples depending on the size of pipe in your home. 2 each compression fittings, 2 each corrugated or braided stainless steel or copper pipes, PEX tubing. You will also need a plumber's wrench. The recommended pressure setting is 80 psi or 5.6 bar. Install a pressure regulator before the housing inflow if water pressure may exceed the maximum psi rating, 100. Make sure the foam padding and all shrink wrap are removed from housing body and the cartridge before installing. Confirm that the cartridge is inserted properly inside the housing body with 2 bypass holes at the top. Softener must be installed vertically. Verify that inflow and outflow are properly attached to inlet and outlet ports as marked on the housing head. The water entering your home will flow into the inlet port and, after being treated by nuvoH, will exit the outlet port. These instructions are for the home system and studio system. For the Manor system, please refer to Manor System in the top menu. Step 1. Turn off main water supply line leading to the water treatment system. Step 2. Attach wall mounting panel horizontally to wall studs with provided screws. It is important that this be attached to wall studs to adhere to the weight and torque needed to adjust the system. In this case, attaching the wall mounting panel to the cement wall is perfectly fine. Cement nails are not included. Step 3. Attach C bracket horizontally to wall mounting panel under softener label. Again, it is important that at least one of these C bracket screws is attached to a stud. Step 4. Remove housing head from housing body by detaching the collar. Turn counterclockwise or left. Use provided wrench if necessary. Step 5. Attach the housing head to the wall by inserting the appropriate nipple securely into the ports on each side of the housing head through the side holes in the C bracket. Using plumber's tape on the threads would be helpful for the installation. Note, properly attach the inflow and outflow to the inlet and outlet ports in the housing head as marked. Step 6. Securely connect water supply line, inlet, and outlet to nipples and housing head. The connecting pipe is not included. Be sure not to over-tighten fittings and lines in Step 5 and 6. Step 7. Check proper seating of O-ring inside housing body. Step 8. Confirm that the cartridge is inserted properly inside the housing body. The 2 bypass holes must be at the top. Make sure the foam padding and all shrink wrap are removed from housing body and the cartridge before installing. Step 9. Slide the housing back under the head and lift and tighten the collar by turning clockwise. Secure the collar with the wrench provided. Step 10. Turn on water and check for leaks. Step 11. If leaks occur, confirm that the housing body is securely attached to housing head using wrench to tighten collar. If leak persists, Turn off water, remove housing body, and repeat steps 8 through 11. Chapter 3. Manor Installation Instructions. For the home or studio systems, please refer to the Home and Studio Systems in the DVD top menu. Step 1. Turn off main water supply leading to the water treatment system. Step 2. Attach wall mounting panel horizontally to wall studs with provided screws. It is important that this be attached to wall studs to adhere to the weight and torque needed to adjust the system. In this case, attaching the wall mounting panel to the cement wall is perfectly fine. Cement nails are not included. Note, do not attach bottom screw at this time. Step 3. Unscrew black top of housing unit. This is held together with one screw in the middle. Step 4. Attach L bracket to the housing unit and secure with 4 screws provided. Note, the L bracket must be placed on the head and screwed down based on which direction the water is going to enter the nuvoH system. Step 5. Replace black top of housing unit and resecure with a screw provided. Step 6. Attach the appropriate nipple, not included, securely into the ports on each side of the housing head. Note, properly attach the inflow and outflow to the inlet and outlet ports in the housing head as marked. Using plumber's tape on the threads would be helpful for the installation. Step 7. Attach horizontally to wall mounting panel under softener label. Again, it's important that at least one of these L bracket screws is attached to a stud. Note, right screw should go through the right hole on the L bracket and the lower right hole on the wall mounting panel into the right wall stud. Step 8. Securely connect the water supply line inlet and outlet to the nipples in the housing head. Connecting pipe not included. Step 9. Check the proper seating of O-ring inside the housing body. It needs to be pushed down and held snug in place, but not pushed down so far it won't fit in when pushing it up into the head. Step 10. Confirm that the cartridge is inserted properly inside the housing body. The 2 bypass holes must be at the top. Make sure the foam padding and all shrink wrap are removed from the housing body and the cartridge before installing. Step 11. Using the wrench provided, securely tighten the housing body to housing head by attaching the collar. Turn clockwise or right. Step 12. Turn on water and check for leaks. Step 13. If leaks occur, confirm that the housing body is securely attached to housing head using wrench to tighten collar. A common leak area is at the top of the housing unit when the O-ring is not properly seated. Make sure it's properly seated inside the housing body. If leaks persist, turn off water, remove housing body, and repeat steps 11 and 12. Chapter 4. Replacing a nuvoH cartridge. Every 6 months, you'll need to replace the nuvoH cartridge to continue getting fresh, clean water from your nuvoH system. Step 1. Turn black top to bypass or off. Bypass will allow water to continue to flow to the rest of the house while you replace the cartridge. Use the wrench provided if necessary. Step 2. Turn the bottom blue collar counterclockwise and slide the housing unit away from the head. Use the wrench provided if necessary. A buildup of water pressure can sometimes make it difficult to loosen the collar. To relieve water pressure in the home system, turn the black top to bypass and wait for the audible click. In the manor system, press the button at the top of the unit. If pressure still persists, turn off the unit and open the nearest faucet. When changing the cartridge, some water can spill when removing the system housing. This is typically minimal, but it's a good idea to have a bucket and a towel nearby. For the manor system, water can spray and drip from the top of the unit. Pushing the black button on the top of the system helps release built-up pressure in the water lines. Make sure the main water supply is turned off before pressing the black button. Step 3. Remove the spent cartridge and insert the replacement cartridge. Be sure the 2 dispensing holes are at the top and all shrink wrap is removed from the cartridge before installing. Step 4. Inspect the O-ring at the top of the housing and replace it with a new one if it appears worn. For the manor system, the O-ring needs to be pushed down and held snug in place. Step 5. Slide the housing back under the head and lift and tighten the collar by turning clockwise. Secure the collar with the wrench provided. Step 6. Turn the black top to softener to resume water flow. Step 7. Check for leaks. If leaks exist, confirm that the bottom collar is tightened securely to the head. If leaks persist, return the black top to bypass or off, remove the collar, slide the housing away from the head, and check that the O-ring is in good condition and properly seated. Reattach the housing as before and repeat steps 7 through 9. Thank you for purchasing a nuvoH2O salt-free water softening system. If you have any questions about installation, please call our customer service line, and thank you again.